This is the song of a land so lush and bountiful. Its valleys framed by majestic mountains. A land that never thirsts. Its waters flow endless. This is a song of people enjoying the sweet fruits of their labor, the comfort of a daily feast, the joy of nature's bounty. And today the song echoes as people dance through the streets in celebration of abundance and prosperity. This is the song of Sorsogon. Morning trickles in, heralding the start of a new day. However, in the province of Sorsogon, this is no ordinary day. Since its independence from neighboring province Albay in 1894, the people of Sorsogon have marked the 17th day of October as the official foundation day of the province, an annual day of celebration, aptly named the Kasanggayahan Festival. The word Kasanggayahan in the native Bicol tongue signifies a life of prosperity. Sorsogon is among the 6 provinces of the Bicol region, sitting on the southern tip of Luzon, and serves as a gateway to and from the islands of the Visayas and Mindanao. Its 214,144 hectares of land are abundant with rice fields, lush with canopies of fruit trees, and bodies of water that yield more than enough seafood to sustain the needs of 13 municipalities along its 336-meter coastline. Where people live in the midst of such abundance, the word Kasanggayahan only best describes life in Sorsogon. And in the Philippines, where each day finds a reason to celebrate, this only means a day filled with song and dance, feasts and merrymaking. A festival that pays tribute to honest work, and for this, all the rich produce born from its fertile soil. Welcome to the Kasanggayahan Festival. On this day, the people of Sorsogon converge in the capital. They trickle in, easing into the festival with prayers of thanksgiving and praise. As the sun's heat intensifies, a thumping cadence of drums and feet herald the start of the festival. As jovial sounds of music, dancing, and cheers echo through the streets, a colorful parade floats through the growing crowd of keen spectators and eager townsfolk. Soldiers marching in unison, ladies twirling and tossing their batons in syncopation, school children singing and dancing, their energy radiating like a wide spectrum of color. A sea of smiles sparkling and glinting in the sunlight. Thought you could never find a tougher nut to crack? Meet the pili. Sorsogon celebrates this resilient nut, considered one of the most important products in the country and a reliable source of livelihood, thus boosting the local economy. And for this, it takes center stage in the Kasanggayahan Festival. A frenzy spurs from the crowd as they rush in to join the pili nut cracking contest. Spectators of all ages eagerly join the race. They pound with stones and tools of all sorts, laughing and cheering at the same time, all in the spirit of celebrating the pili. The pili is delicious. It can be eaten raw, roasted, or caramelized. When eaten raw, its flavor is similar to that of a pumpkin seed. When roasted, it has a mild flavor and crisp texture that is quite similar to almonds and macadamia. Its health benefits are just as rewarding as its taste, containing high values of beta-carotene and linoleic acids. At rest or on the go, it makes a tasty and healthy snack. As the festival celebrates the abundance of natural resources and the sustenance and prosperity these have bestowed upon the people of Sorsogon, it is only appropriate to hold a trade fair of their very own artisan products. Locally sourced food and snacks, intricately crafted household furnishings and fashion accessories, among other indigenous handicrafts. These products not only display the ingenuity, resourcefulness, and skill cultivated from generations of craftsmen, but also exhibit the diversity of their natural resources. While walking through the trade fair's stalls, it might be impossible to resist the temptation of sampling each delectable treat. If you have a love for sticky rice cakes wrapped in banana leaves, feel free to grab a bite and help yourself to more before moving on to the next stall. Root crops are just as varied and abundant all over Sorsogon, particularly in the town of Castilla. From sweet potatoes to cassava and taro, they can all be enjoyed in boiled or processed form and, as typical of starchy root crop, make for a heavy and filling snack. You may want to bring home all that starchy goodness for your loved ones. Take some as cakes or chips, all packed and handy to carry around while traveling. Or would you happen to prefer seafood over sweets? Well, fish, crustaceans, shellfish of all shapes and sizes, so fresh you can taste the sweet saltiness of the ocean. Sorsogon is surrounded by the Pacific Ocean in the north and Sorsogon Bay in the south. With 4 major fishing areas, living along a 336-meter coastline does have its benefits. Take your pick from the fisherman's catch of the day and take it home frozen in a cooler. Otherwise, choose from a wide assortment of preserved fish and cuttlefish, dried, smoked, or bottled. Blessed with lush and diverse forests, Sorsogon is a source of indigenous raw materials used for the country's export products in the wearables, home furnishings, and handicraft industries. Dating back to pre-colonial times, fiber weaving for baskets and hats has been a skill honed, mastered, and passed down through generations. Traditionally, the natives would weave their own hats and baskets for personal use. These are especially useful for working in the fields or collecting their purchases from the market. Today, the craft has been perfected to an art form, growing as a promising industry. Some handcrafted products that have gained market potential and foreign interest are shell crafts, lamps, trays and placemats, wickerwork, and home decors made from seashells, cocoa coir, twigs, and various native plants. Kasanggayahan, celebrating a life of prosperity, a land of abundance and diversity. Here is a festival that, in the midst of all the eating, dancing, and merrymaking, takes the celebration deep into the heart of its land and people. Looking no further beyond its own landscape, its own culture and traditions. A festival that celebrates the joy of living, not in excess, but in sufficiency and simplicity. A life of contentment so rare, and that can only be cultivated from an awareness and a sense of connection to the earth. All that matters is here, now.
Kasanggayahan, Sorsogon sarong lugar na dahil mo malilinawan. Kung ang hanap mo, banwanin tapos wagan. Digdigan na sa Sorsogon, probinsya ng kaugmahan. Igwanin sarong lugar, digdi sa kabikulan, na kung saan sa'y mo magugustuhan. Marinasin sa imo, bisitahon ang sabuyang probinsyang Sorsogon. Lugar na matulino kasi